Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2 and I'm back again with another movie review. Recently I just came home from the cinema after seeing the amazing Spider-Man. Now, of course I had my reservations with this one at first because Spider-Man 3 did not meet my expectations in any way, shape, or form. I loathed that movie immensely, but this dissipated any of my fears completely. It took the franchise that we know and love and gave it a new makeover, basically. The actor who plays Spider-Man I thought was more believable than Tobey Maguire, even though I like Tobey Maguire. I just felt that he was a more experienced actor. He brought more emotion to Spider-Man's character. And I liked him. I really did. I thought that he was a very enjoyable character, one that you could sympathize with, and I can actually relate quite a bit with Peter Parker because going through school, I was kind of the nerdy one that everybody picked on and all that, but I thought that the story itself was really fantastic. I truly think that this movie merits its title amazing because it truly is. It is non-stop. Well, there are some slow spots, but it makes up for that in droves. There is plenty of action, suspense, romance, some rather tear-jerking moments that caught me off guard. I won't say what they are because that would be a spoiler alert, but nonetheless, I really feel that this is the better version of the Spider-Man franchise, and I especially I adore Curtis Collins. I felt sorry for him though. I really did. I thought that he was very misunderstood, and I hate to say this, a lot of evil geniuses scientists are typically made out to be evil geniuses, which I don't agree with. It just kind of irks me a little bit, but I've always loved mad scientists. I don't know what it is about that particular genre of villain, but they're very intriguing. And they have sort of a sensuality about them, I think. I'm not sure what it is, but maybe it's the lab coat that turns me on. I don't know, but whatever. I really, really like Dr. Collins and the transformation that he undergoes. I won't say how it comes to that, but still I felt a lot of sympathy toward him. My feelings about him were torn, actually. At one point I thought I really hate you because of the things that you're trying to do and this kind of mentality that you're enacting on others, and you're taking information that could be used for good rather than you're using it for evil. And anyway, I won't get into what that's all about, but it just, I felt so much sorrow for him. And I think in the deepest pits of his heart, he's not really all that bad. Well, when he's himself, but when he's his alter ego, the Lizard, well, that part of his personality takes over, and forget about being a gentleman. Forget about having rationale or morals or convictions or anything. Just power is all you care about. Power and domination of anybody or anything that you feel is inferior to yourself. But this really is a sensational movie. I loved it, and I love the fact that Martin Sheen and Sally Field are in it as well, because this reminds me a lot of my childhood. I know a lot of you are going to say, it's before your time, you shouldn't really know anything about Sally Field and all that, and well, I do because I read. Plus, my parents were a little bit older when they had me, so that's the other reason. Um, Sally Field was absolutely splendid as Aunt May. I just love her to bits. I just want to hug her and kiss her and make her my aunt myself. Same thing with Uncle Ben. I adore Uncle Ben and Aunt May. They're just such loving characters, and they do their best to help Peter find his way, so to speak. And I like that message in the film, and I can relate to that quite a bit because I still am finding my own way even at my age. So yeah, I'm gonna make it. I've gotten a lot of inspiration from this movie, and I think that it was just outstanding. It was really phenomenal. A lot of the scenes of Spider-Man when he's swinging through the city just was jaw-droppingly gorgeous. I mean, I was literally enraptured with those scenes in and of themselves, and I'm sure in 3D they were just remarkable and eye-popping. And you felt like you were Spider-Man swinging through the cities of New York. Um, I really don't have any nags per se, but okay, small spoiler here, and if you don't want to hear it, just don't listen. Stick around for the credits, because there was something in the credits that kind of made me scratch my head a bit, and I had read recently that they were going to make a trilogy out of this. I guess it's to appease the fans like me who were kind of upset that Spider-Man 3 was just such a terrible letdown. Ugh. Bomb. But overlooking that and seeing how good this is and having redeemed themselves from potential failure and making themselves look like idiots, and they have completely turned this around for their benefit, and their new director has gone above and beyond all expectations as far as I am concerned, in my humble opinion. But the ending just made me have more questions concerning Curtis Collins and this man he was talking in essence about Peter's father. And having seen the movie, I was really curious as to what that was all about because I've never read the original comics. But I'm a big fan of Spider-Man. I wasn't really certain what that was all about because I was sitting there going, please let it be Doc Ock. Please let it be Doc Ock. Please let it be Doc Ock. Because I have a huge crush on Doc Ock. But, darn it wasn't Doc Ock. Oh, well. Anyway, I'm not sure who this was, and I don't know if this will have something to do with the sequel, which I'm really super excited about now. Having seen this clip, I thought, you jerks, how dare you, cliffhanger, ooh, curse you, blast you, you stinking, terrible writers, you torture me so. But they can do that because they know this is a cash cow, very willing and able to be milked, but, enough of that. It's not really about that, honestly. Well, it is kind of sort of about the merchandising, but I am very, very eager and avid in what will come with the subsequent sequels. And I think that they will far surpass my expectations as usual. But I don't want to put too much pressure on the writers or anybody. I just want to, take it as it comes and just wait eagerly and look forward to what surprises these writers have for me. Other things I wanted to mention, the humor, everything in this film was a perfect chemical formula, just absolute perfection. I mean, it could not have been done any better than this. It was just spectacular. I thought that everything was magnificently done, astonishing, truly astonishing. I knew that the music was done by James Howard. I love James Howard. James Howard is one of my heroes of all time. He did the music for Star Wars, so he's good in my book. um, One thing that really made me laugh is, Stan Lee always makes an appearance, and he's so cool. I mean, I just love the fact that he can make fun of himself, like I've said before, and I have so much respect for a man who doesn't take himself so seriously. And there's one scene near the end of the film that stands in the library listening to some classical music. Just he's totally ecstatic and lost in the rhapsodic music, while the Lizard and Spiderman beat the living heck out of the library and making it look like the leftovers of a tornado. I should know. I've been through one, but it's that scene in and of itself was hysterical. I was laughing so hard. And my other favorite scene, besides when he's in the car with the carjacker, oh, I absolutely ate that up. But my favorite was when he figures out that he has his powers for the first time in the subway. Oh my lord, that was just the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. And I have to give this movie 4 stars. I adored it from start to finish. I found nothing at all that was disreputable, or there wasn't any cursing, which I thought that was extremely refreshing. The only thing that gave it the PG-13 rating, I would have given it a PG, but it was just all the violence and the bloodshed and some character deaths. I won't say who dies, but when these characters do pass, you do cry. So I'm warning you beforehand. Also, another thing I wanted to mention was Gwen Stacy, and I absolutely loved her character, and I think I like her even more than Mary Jane because, like my friend from Oklahoma mentioned to me, and I thought this was a very good observation. Mary Jane is the type of character who's, the cheerleader type, the popular girl. And Gwen, she's a girl next door girl. And she's very wholesome and pure. Well, Mary is too in her own way, but I think Gwen is a more virginal character, and I love her purity, and I just think that her love with Peter is so beautiful, and it's that kind of romance that it's real, and in spite of hell, Peter's gonna go for it because he's got the determination and focus to do it. And that was the other thing I took away from this movie was determination, focus, drive, responsibility. There's so many good morals in this movie, and I really thought that it drove it home, but not in a preachy way. But it was, a movie I could relate to, and I found it very inspirational. And I think, just like Peter, I too am finding my way in the world.